Jordan-Hare Stadium, one of the most intimidating and passionate environments in all of college football. More than 87,000 will be watching that eagle fly overhead and getting set to back their beloved Auburn Tigers. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team recharged. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. And he intercepts it. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
Man, and I think you come out, Palmer, and you say, I want to be aggressive early and maybe take a shot, but that's not the shot they were talking about.
No, and give the defense credit because they watched film too, and they knew this offense might come out and want to be aggressive, and they were ready on the back end that time for that. They came into this game hyped up, ready to go.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Flips it out to the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollock.
Guys, this winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
They're trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Woo, deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Using the quick game.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what...
Touchdown LSU! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now, because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. And they'll down this just inside. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Just feeds the running back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw. Finds the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
He's got the tight end. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, is still short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. They go to the ground. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley, probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got the back over the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Man, you hate that if you're on defense. 3rd and long, you've got everybody covered downfield, and you let the running back pick it up on a check down throw. You've got to be way better tackling in that situation. That is a blown opportunity for this defense.
He's right on target.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Right down the middle. Touchdown, Tigers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no. He's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls, and most of the time I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said,
looking deep. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Leaves it with the running back.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I love when defensive linemen play with this type of awareness. You knew he wasn't going to be able to get to the quarterback, so he slows the rush down, IDs and finds out where the QB is, and then gets his big old paws up in the air to bat it away.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you could tell they caught up with him to force the fumble.
Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Trying to get to him. Buys a little time. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism, his speed, and his bend, and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And they get the sack, but they knew it was a pass. You go nickel, you're bringing more speed on the field, more DBs. You let the pass rush eat. Everybody communicates, right? Like you understand by formation, by tendency, they're throwing the football. Nice job by the defense understanding what the offense was trying to do.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. Still on his feet at the 45. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Tigers will move the sticks with the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. The give to the tailback. How about that determined run inside the red zone? He's got 6. It's down at the 12.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting where it was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Touch pass on the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. LSU right back to the line. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Snags it over the middle. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, LSU! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.